Good evening, and welcome to the Brothers and Sisters podcast. We are recording from Baltimore, Maryland, with, of course, Walter being in Delaware. And today is March 18th, 2021. We've got a great show today. Our guest is Dr. Kharod France. He hates being called doctor, so we'll just call him Kharod. He is, what is your title, sir? I always told you a counselor and psychologist.
Psychotherapist, counselor educator.
Psychotherapist and what kind of educator?
Counselor educator.
Psychotherapist and counselor educator. We're going to talk about kids, COVID, blacks in higher education, and of course he's going to, and a bunch of other things, of course, like all our other guests. He's going to join us in our topics for the day. And of course, our topics, we actually have a lot to go through. Or maybe we start with small and we build bigger, but you guys will be the judge of that. We're going to discuss dating apps and protecting you from possible killers with security software that they're partnering with. Of course, you have to pay for it. We'll talk about the Atlanta shooter and what is expected from our first Asian American Vice President, Kamala Harris, and what the Asian community is expecting from him, as well as our perspective on another white mass shooter, right? We're going to go from there to Governor Andrew Cuomo leaning on his support in the black community to weather his political storm concerning the multiple accusations of sexual impropriety and the nursing home scandal in New York, which has actually led to impeachment proceedings being brought against him. And of course, we have, I guess, the pop culture celebrity topic of the week being the Grammy performance of, I'm drawing a blank, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, and then the subsequent Twitter battle with Candace Owens, which should elicit a great discussion on respectability politics for Black people, and then particularly the role of women. And there's a Cardi B quote from that's great. That will kind of sort of tie off the show, and then we'll go into a terrible story concerning a student who has like a 0.1 GPA who made the honor roll at his school, which will lead into our interview with Kharod. So buckle up. It sounds like a lot, but we know how fast we'll get through it. So with that being said, let's get started. Dating apps. Some of us are single, some of us are married, some of us have used them, some of us have not. It looks like security has been an issue. As in fact, Congress has called on dating app security from just things that have happened in the news with people using dating apps, meeting people, and then being assaulted, even killed, I think, in a couple of cases. What's happening is that a lot of the apps, I think, Match is partnering with security software, so where you can run a background check on the person that you're interested in, right? And one of you guys who use dating apps, I've never used one in my life, though I may start to use them soon. Like, can you tell me like how it works? Like, so you swipe with, I know they work differently, but I think you swipe a person and then you make a match or whatever, depending upon the app. And whoever that match is, you can do a background check on. Does that sound like how it works?
Yeah, outside of the background check, that's the gist of how most of them work. I mean, they all have like different gimmicks, but overall, you set up a profile, you look at another person's profile. If you like it, you swipe right. If you like it, if you don't, you swipe left. And yeah, they're pretty much all the same when it boils down. I, for one, have always done background checks, whether it's a dating app or not, because I don't want to die. I don't want to end up on the ID channel. You know, people are dangerous.
Yeah.
Men are dangerous. I don't want to get caught up in a situation where, you know, I feel unsafe. So
yeah, I feel like it's
my legal research skills to work. And I've been doing it for the longest time.
It has to be for like women, right? Like you guys are at a much bigger risk of being like a nut like, we are of like meeting like
Yeah.
a woman.
Statistically, probably, but
We're more likely to die.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a man could meet a woman who is dangerous or harmful, but is he going to be physically harmed? Most likely not, because you're a man, you're stronger. You might get a headache, as far as like, I got to get a restraining order because she's tripping. But, I'm specifically checking for like issues with domestic violence and like violent crimes.
Sexual assault.
Yeah.
Which crimes which crimes are okay? That's interesting. You said specifically checking for sexual assault. So like
anything that's a violent crime, I'm checking for.
I guess like DUIs and shit ain't no deal breaker.
Yeah, I don't care. Like if I see a DUI, I'm like, or if you're getting like
did the time make a difference how long ago it was?
If it is sexual assault or some sort of domestic issue, I don't think I've met anyone that was so worth it to take that risk. Like he would have to be pretty amazing. It would have to be someone that I've met and I really like. And then I'm like, okay, I saw this. I'm gonna wait for him to bring it up because he should bring it up.
Positively.
But it's like a case by case basis. But if it's just a random new person, and it's not like I find it often, but it's best to be on the safe side because there are women who could have done a quick, easy search and now they're gone.
Yep. I guess we've moved so fast and forward in the technology. When I was dating, I used to get, I Googled you. Like, does that still happen? Or like, are people like going super hard and like, I need a full scale background check on you?
I've never done like a full background check, but what you can find on Google, because you can check
if the name is unique enough, you can find all kinds of shit on Google, I'm sure.
Yeah, you can check court records and it'll tell you what,
they're public.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff that's just public information that you don't have to pay for. But if a person doesn't really know how to do that, or maybe they want a more extensive background check, then I could see how they're paying for it. But I'm just looking for, just the basics. Just don't want to die. Don't want to get hit.
I met my wife online.
Just little murder, rape, assault.
.com.
Yeah, exactly. Just
hold on. What'd you say, Walter? You said you met your wife online?
On blackpeoplemeet.com in 2006.
There you go.
It was a different time though. It was like, $7 a month. It was really, really inexpensive.
That was when it was just getting started, right?
Yeah, 14
Because I have a good friend who met her husband on Black People Meet, and the plan was for us to both try it out, but then I got nervous. I was like, I don't know about these dating apps. And she went on a bunch of dates and got married, I think in like 2006 or 2007, and they got like 2 kids now, and
we got married.
Do some websites like stay websites like that, or are they all transition into apps and shit, or are there still both that exist, or I don't know.
I don't know because I don't.
Is there a Black People Meet app? I know there's the BLK whatever black dating app.
Oh yeah, I saw that the other day.
I started an ad for it.
There's probably an app for everything. I think when it comes to technology, you have to have an app. Just because people are always on their phones, it would make sense financially to make that an option for people.
I didn't know about all the security features though. I think that's a great idea. I mean, I know that
it's something new. I don't know. Are they? It's so something that they're already. Is something that
the technology has not been developed as of yet to integrate it with the technology for the dating app, but the company that's developing the background checks, the security, they've already made that deal. So it's like, okay, you guys are gonna add this part. And then what's gonna happen is if you're on the platform, it's gonna be like, oh, do you want a security check like in 1999 or whatever? And they'll automatically do it themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the idea.
I just came across an Instagram post where we're like just showed multiple apps that are used specifically to help keep women safe. So if you're a woman and you want to be safe, these are different apps you can use.
Sure.
Because unfortunately, it's necessary. It's extremely necessary. I mean, I was at a restaurant or something in Miami, and they had something just on the bathroom walls for women. And it was like, these are the drinks you should order if you need help. So it's like code word. Like if this is happening, order this, and we'll have you. I'll look it up like when we have a break and see if I can find exactly what it said. But it's pretty much like if you're in any kind of danger,
Yeah,
we're here to help you out. We'll
Bars have
help
that
you
now.
get away from the guy. We'll help you, in whatever way we can.
Whatever. Right.
Yeah.
This whole phenomenon reminds me of the actual master's program Sean and I are taking now in emerging media. With so much online contact, we have so many. Our reach now is so much like broader. We can reach so many more people, but the strength of the ties are so shallow. It's like you can meet all sorts of people, but nobody trusts anybody. So so you can say that social media and apps and they're having an impact as far as being able to meet more people, but the quality of those relationships, particularly those that are wholly online or started online, it actually takes a lot more than face-to-face as far as emotional investment is concerned, at least how they measure that in the studies.
I mean, no, there's elements that people can, develop some intimacy, but it's like all the platforms offer this shit where people can conceal themselves, like the whole catfish show. Like that shit's ridiculous. Be in love.
That's the funniest show in the world.
A whole nother and it's like, you can't trust it, but I don't know.
Yeah, because there are multiple ways to manipulate the apps, and I mean, I know I've seen my share of 2 profiles. Like, I see the guy in one profile, keep swiping. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't I see you before? Did you use a different name? Like, what? So, okay, that's what I don't use
some of the apps will have it where they can like verify you, but I've like come across people that they like verify it against your Facebook or your Instagram. But I've seen people who put so much like investment into creating like a fake Instagram
identity.
Oh yeah.
Looks legit, but it's not legit. And if you pay close enough attention and you like call them out on it, they block you on everything because
they are livid. They get so upset with you if you say something like, I have a feeling that you are also this person. Oh wow. Like
the lengths people will go to conceal or like to fool people is like astounding. Like I wouldn't bother, but
I had that much time.
No, exactly.
And why are you that pressed to have multiple options in your life that you will create different profiles? I mean, I don't.
So it actually kind of, I was going to try to close out with a question of whether you would pay for the service, but this actually leads to another discussion that I was having. How personal is your social media? How personal is your Instagram and your Facebook and your Twitter? Because a lot of people, as you guys are saying, and was confirmed by this conversation, they go out of their way to like meticulously craft like their social media, like persona.
Yeah.
And it's like, my wife, my girlfriend, my significant other, it's like, this isn't for you. Like, this is mine. And it's like, okay.
my Instagram is all about fitness, but I do have 2 Facebook profiles. One that I don't mind getting blocked. The other one, so I stay in contact with my family. So,
Yeah.
I got one with that, I'm always in jail. So I gotta have.
Oh, is that how you plus became friends? No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
You was in jail. You was on a bid together.
Yeah, I know all about social media prison. That's what I'm saying. Like, if anybody should be upset by quote unquote cancel culture, it's yours truly. I'm here to tell you, you'll be all right if you tag me on Twitter. You'll be okay. It'll be all right. So, I guess to wrap this segment up, is this a service that we would pay for?
No.
No.
No. I can see why other people would, but personally, no.
No.
You shouldn't have to pay for it, but
there's ways around that.
Yeah.
There's always a budget. There's always a cheaper way.
Nicole, that's what a lot of the original plaintiffs were saying, and of course, members of Congress. They're like, this is great and all, but hey, why do you have to pay for it? And then a lot of the original plaintiffs who were like, yeah, like Match knew that this guy was a serial like molester and like, you know, still let him on the platform anyway.
So why don't they do the background check? Like, why don't they do it on the back end?
I think Match should require exactly that.
And stop pushing the cost onto the consumer.
So here's
like,
why.
That's why, yeah.
Here's why, right? It's because what information shouldn't be private, right? Should there be a statute of limitations on whatever happened if there's a crime? If somebody's 30 years old and somehow when they were 18, are they the same person that they were? Now they got
something happened at 18 that we don't know the specifications behind it. We don't even know if they actually did it. I mean,
and laws changed over time, you know. So you know, you got a marijuana conviction then versus and now it's different, you know. It's a different time.
And depending on like, it could be related to like child pornography, but it's like a 16-year-old sending something, like sending themselves to another 16-year-old,
exactly,
like that kind of thing. And now you're in trouble because you were sending out child pornography. It's like, but I was a 15-year-old sending something to my 15-year-old boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, our next topic, I believe, will be Andrew Cuomo and his reliance on the Black community to weather these troubled storms. So let me stop recording.